Are you tired of failing that one meta event in Echovald Wilds? Tired of seeing so many people dying to that same white mechanic over and over? Great, because I know I am. Ugh. This is I Dominated You here, and I'm about to make all of your lives a whole lot easier during the Gang War meta event in Echovald Wilds. Timestamps will be available in the description below if you need them. The whole meta event itself is split into two parts. The first part starts off with the Gang War, where you will run around Echovald protecting the villages from the Speakers and Jade Brotherhood, until it all converges to the center of the map in the Sunlight Jade Junkyard, which is where the second part begins. You'll end up fighting Big Green and Ugly here, where you'll probably die because you couldn't tell the difference between the floor and a pile of junk in a junkyard. Can you tell I'm speaking from experience yet? Gang War. The event starts off with Kestrel Ayumi saying this.
The Echovald gangs are at war with each other. Anyone who can help, please meet me at Mori Village.
She will tell you to go to Mori Village. This is a blatant lie. The events you partake in actually start in Kropa Village at the Kropa Waypoint. Thanks, Ayumi. Once the event starts, you'll need to capture the control point. After capturing the point, a champion Jade Brotherhood scrapper will appear. Defeating them will progress the event. The next couple of events will now start. One at Cylow Outpost, and another at Altrumm Mines. For Altrumm Mines, it's pretty self-explanatory, and so easy, even just one or two people can clear it out rather quickly. Kill the enemies, gather supplies, and bring them to Stas. For Cylow Outpost, there's a little bit more to it. If you have a turtle mount and a gunner, or you are the gunner, fire the siege weapons at the shielded Jade mechs to remove their invulnerability, then DPS them down. If you are neither of these, you will have to speak to Kestrel O'Leary. They will give you an adolescent siege turtle you can use for the event. Once both of these events have been completed, another set of 3 events will occur. One in Teleri Village, one in Kastardt Village, and one in Goa Village. For Teleri Village, destroy the obelisks making the elite speakers invulnerable. Once all of them are dead, defeat the champion speaker that appears afterwards. In Kastardt Village, use the Jade Tech Electrospectrometer as instructed to reveal and defeat the hidden enemies. And finally, for Goa Village, it's once again rather self-explanatory. Grab a defusing kit, find the mines, defuse them. You'll have 20 minutes in total to finish all of these events. Otherwise, the whole thing will fail and the rest of the meta will not happen. The Junkyard. At this point, the first part of the meta event has been completed. The first part of the second part of the meta event will have you kill Sentries at the dump site 2 point of interest, and Ritualists at the dump site 3 point of interest. For the Sentries, it's the same as what you had to do in Cylow Outpost. As a turtle gunner or while using the turtle trainer's siege turtles, remove the Jade mech's shields, and defeat them all until the bar is full. For the Ritualists, once again, it's the same as you've done previously in Teleri Village. Destroy the obelisks, kill the Ritualists, fill the bar, that's it. Now the fun part starts. The Speaker and Brotherhood Lieutenants, Numi and Insuk, will be fighting each other at the dump site 1 point of interest, just north of where you are in either of the bottom dump sites. Both of them need to be killed at basically the same time. As long as either's death is within 15 seconds of each other, the other will not revive. Once both of them are dead, the final part of the meta event will now begin. And let's just be honest here, it's probably the part you've all been waiting for. Prototype XJ-1. This big ugly pile of junk here is a simple yet confounding experience. Just trust me on this one. The Prototype XJ-1 has 4 phases in total, and you will have only 15 minutes to defeat it. It's also highly recommended that if you have it unlocked, you make use of the Jade Tech Waypoint from your Jade bot masteries in case you need to waypoint back. Phase 1. The boss will start off with 100% health, and he'd be pretty much what you'd expect of a stationary boss. Avoid the orange AoEs, stay out of the red circle where the boss is that contains void goo, and watch out for the gravity wells that'll occasionally have appear on the ground that try to suck you into them. Once the boss reaches 90% HP, it will move to the dump site 3 point of interest. Take the zip line to the southwest of where you were just fighting the boss, and glide down to continue the fight. Phase 2. The boss will have the same attacks as before, except now it comes with a side of sentries. Laser modules and mech arms will fire at you and create more AoEs for you to dodge and avoid. Once the boss reaches 60% HP, it will move to the dump site 2 point of interest. Get there as quickly as possible. You'll see why soon. Phase 3. Okay, this is where things start to escalate rapidly. There are no gravity wells this time. However, the mech armed sentries from the second phase will remain, and there will also be new AoEs that leave behind the damaging red field of Jade mech arms. And boy, do they hurt. The boss itself will also have a new mechanic. It will slam its right fist onto the ground first, then its left fist, each slam leaving behind dimly glowing junk piles, before finally ending the sequence with a devastating death clap that will instantly down or kill anyone not hiding behind one of the aforementioned junk piles. This wipe mechanic happens very often, and can be crippling to a squad or group of players, especially if people are not aware of their surroundings or what is going on, and can be taken out by it when they least expect it. While there are white circles with red arrows above them and a prompt on the screen that tells you to hide behind the junk piles, it still seems to be a warning that's far too late for people to both notice and react to in time. And although even the NPC Kestrel Ayumi tells you to... She tells you this exactly 2 seconds before you are downstate. In my opinion, not the most reliable signal to depend on. Thanks, Ayumi. And remember when I said you should get to where the boss is as it's entering its third phase as quickly as possible? Yeah. The one-shot clap reaches almost anywhere in the junkyard. Rest assured though, it's not the most difficult thing to handle, as people do at least seem to pick up on it in the long run. So long as you know most of the signals to look out for, this wipe mechanic should no longer be an issue. Phase 4. Once the boss has been reduced to 30% health, it'll enter its final phase. Things could get pretty hectic at this point, as it'll have all previous mechanics including the gravity well, plus an extra attack that isn't as concerning, but still annoying if you have to run across it. It'll spew several AoEs directly in front of itself that'll leave behind the void goo that will damage you over time if stepped on. From this point forward, the mechanics should start to boil down for everybody. Same as before, avoid the AoEs, watch out for junk piles after each of its fist slams, hide behind them when it's about to clap, stay out of the gravity wells, avoid the AoEs. And that's pretty much all there is to it. At this point, if you were able to successfully complete the meta event, you should receive all of your goodies. And due to the most recent patch for Guild Wars 2 as of the time of recording this video, you should also get a Hero's Choice chest, with a Jade runestone as one of the few choices unique to Echovald's meta event rewards. This meta event isn't really difficult in any way, but it can be rather confusing to some as to what's really going on. So for those of you that need an easy to follow guide, this is pretty much it. Either way, if you found this guide helpful or enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like for YouTube's algorithm. If you have any questions, found that I missed any details, or want to share any tips and tricks that you might have, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content. My in-game name is idominatedU.8751 if you'd like to contact me in-game, or you can talk to me live during my streams from Friday through Sunday at night. Links and schedules are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm sure it'll be sorted out eventually.